Thank you, Professor Slade. So I'm a dancer, and so I'm coming at this from a really physical place as well. And so that's why I'm here today to share with you all. So you, you are a dancer. You are. You started off dancing. The growth, the change, the navigating of space, limited in your mother's womb, that was dance. Possibly preparing us for this limited space that we're in right now. But you did it before you even knew what dance was. So to know something so natural and pure that you don't even know what it is might mean that it's you. I like to think that there were nights that I kept my mother up, that I pressed my feet so firmly against her insides so that I could figure out how my legs worked. I like to think that it was in those moments that she felt me, my presence, my resistance, and that she began to imagine what I might be like someday, or who I might become someday, or that I would be speaking with all of you beautiful people someday. And she's actually here on the call. What's up, Mom? I'm guessing that she was nervous and excited to meet me, but that she felt this pain of internal stretch, a growing inside of herself that her yet to meet child had initiated already. I was asking for a challenge when I pressed my feet against her insides. My curiosity of space, that was my womb dance. And to really dance is to be both inside yourself and outside of yourself at the same time. To really dance is to see yourself in other people. That empathy is dance. To feel that unspeakable connection with the person on the street, that navigation, that dialogue, that head nod, that you good, that's a dance. In the dance world, when somebody is moving in a really connected way, we like to say, beautiful mover. They were so in their body. So I'd like you to get in your body for a moment and join me on a deep inhale, deeply in through your nostrils, filtering cool air out, so refreshing that you allow your eyelids to close. Warm breath escapes through your throat and flows past your lips. This dance is functional choreography designed specifically for your survival. And the same is true for your heart, the drummer in the family. They keep time and they pump fluid to the rest of your organs. What a responsibility your heart has. My name's Kelly Johnson, and I'm assistant professor of dance here at the colleges. I'm a choreographer, performer, I'm a teacher, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, and I'm a member of this amazing community. I've just shared with you all that I've been dancing my whole life, the first 18 years because I loved it, and the last 20 because I need it, and my students need it, and my community needs it, and the future field of dance needs it. As a 20-year practitioner of African diasporic dance forms, I believe that an education steeped in African-centered practices makes us better humans. And I'll say it again. I believe that an education steeped in African-centered practices makes us better humans. I use the term African dance broadly to include the myriad forms and cultures within the diaspora, but I use it with caution as well. I know dances from Guinea and Ghana and a wee bit of gumboot from South Africa, but I don't know dances from Nigeria and I don't know dances from Uganda. I spent some time studying Sabar from Senegal and I'm terrible at it. I know dances from Jamaica, Haiti, and Cuba, but I know nothing of the Bahamas. The point I'm trying to make here, and one that I share with my students at every chance I can, is that Africa's big and it's vast, and to say African dance is problematic in and of itself. I'd like you to name it, I say. I'd like you to say the dances from the Landuma people of Guinea, and that the Landuma people are not the Toma people, are not the Susu people, are not the Fula people. You get me. As a child of African diasporic dance and culture, I've been blessed to receive an education as vast as the continent herself. And when I'm speaking about diasporic dance, I'm referring to the dance cultures that emerged from communities of African descent impacted by the triangular Euro-American slave trade that Professor Slade just took us through. The continent of Africa, not the country, but the continent of Africa has 54 countries and in upwards of 3,000 ethnic groups. 2,000 different languages are spoken. And so this is why to say African anything is problematic. The beliefs, customs, and values of each ethnic group made for an even more difficult transition to life under colonial rule. And as a result, verbal communication among enslaved Africans was limited, a fact that only supported the gruesome agenda of the colonizer. Forced into lives of bondage, enslaved Africans, intelligent in ways unbeknown to their colonizing counterparts, created strategies for communication through music and dance. These practices, unique to each community, forged solidarity and provided a strategy for survival. I'm sure you've heard this beautiful statement on wellness, movement is life. Well, okay, so if you're physically active, you might live a little longer, but I think it's deeper than that. That when you're stripped of everything, movement is everything. It's food, it's church, it's socially connecting, it's being creative, it's being inventive, it's releasing tension and pain, it's passing on traditions, it's mobilizing. Like this sort of survival should be capitalized, capital SURVIVAL. And I teach these students here at this PWI these dances. And this is not an easy job, but I think we're learning more than steps in here. So I'm going to take us through some key points for a moment that are really important. So number one, the history of the continent of Africa began way before slavery. Number two, we can't talk about or learn dances from Jamaica without unpacking how colonization impacted the Jamaican existence, how this affected their dancing, how this affected their view of themselves and their body. Number three, if you're going to learn hip hop and you don't know what capoeira is, you have work to do. Number four, if you're a stepper and you think that Stomp the Yard is the bomb, but you don't know anything about South African gumboot, you have work to do. If you think that ballet is the foundation of all dance, please take a seat. If you think that you can't dance because of this or that, or this or that, or you're too tall, or you're not tall enough, or you're too slim, or you're not slim enough, or your butt's too big, or you can't do a split, or boys don't dance, stop that shit. You have work to do. Number seven, Madonna did not invent voguing. Black and Latino, gay and trans people did. Number eight, Miley Cyrus did not pioneer twerking. Women on African soil did that a mad long time ago and with babies on their backs. So, but I'm not throwing any shade because the truth is you don't know what you don't know, right? So how do we work to decolonize our minds? How do we work to decolonize our bodies? And really, I think it's by addressing where our gaps are in our knowledge. And so I center my classes here at the colleges about trying to figure out who's in the room, why they're there, who's going to help get points across, who's open, who's closed, and why. My classrooms range from students coming in with minors and majors in dance, economics, women's studies, LGBTQ studies, psych, social education, Africana studies, Russian studies, biochem, and poli-sci. And I gain much, much, much satisfaction to teaching to such a diverse population of students. I ask that they bring all of that information in to work collectively. That's African-centered pedagogy. Right there. This approach guides students to their voice. This approach decentralizes some students who've been center stage for a really long time, and it centers other students, maybe for the first time. So I'm interested moving forward. Where are we going moving forward? I'm interested in re-choreographing the space. I'm interested in re-choreographing the studio and the campus. And you might be asking yourself, well, I don't dance, right? Why do I need to dance? There's plenty of reasons. Dance to resist, dance to protest, dance because you already have those lessons paid for, dance to reclaim, to redefine, to creolize the styles of yours and mine, dance to take it in, dance to let it out, dance to heal, to honor, dance to speak with them again, dance to reclaim space, dance to take the power back, dance to shake the concrete, to rattle the bones, to bring the water, dance to make the babies, dance to pay them bills, Dance to find love, dance because you're in love, dance when you make love, listen to dance, be the dance yourself. The movement is us, and it's never, ever, 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 ever the same way twice. Just like us, just like that soup that your dad used to make. He danced in the kitchen when he stirred that pot. Dance to invite, dance to bring inside, dance to cast out. You've overstayed your welcome. Dance to build, dance to harvest, dance to dig, to plant, to dig, to plant, to dig into sides of yourself that you haven't even met yet. So I'm going to take a moment now to introduce you to some of the communities who have done this. These are just some of the pioneers of dance as resistance. I'm happy to talk more and have more conversations about this, share sources, et cetera, et cetera. I'm going to try to do a screen share here. Let's hope I'm successful. And hang on one moment, because you know, this is new stuff. Hold up. And where do I go? Boom. Boom. Coming. Okay. Okay, I'm going to talk us through some of these. So here we have the ring shout on American plantations, where because the banning of drums, enslaved Africans used their bodies as instruments, shuffling and stomping and clapping in a counterclockwise rotation. In this circle, each dancer themselves had their own rhythmic contribution that they would add to the whole, which created a polyrhythmic, layered ensemble of support, fighting for solidarity, and also communication with the supernatural. Here, familiar for some, we have hip hop in the Bronx, where Black and Latino youth took to the streets, making dance a part of the local scenery, boomboxes running on batteries, where gatherings of neighbors around a single cardboard dance floor took place. Here we have Congo Square in New Orleans, Louisiana, where enslaved Africans were permitted to dance and socialize only on Sundays as their given day off. Here we have Second Line in New Orleans, Louisiana, where once considered threatening to white folks in the city is now a loud and proud procession down the streets in celebration of liberation and of life. Here we have Jonkanu in Jamaica, where mass dancers theatrically dressed as both African and European-based characters stir up the street, making as much noise as possible, often happening at Christmas time. Loud drums and melodic fifes can be heard. Here, the identity is hidden so that the dancer could fully participate safely. Here we have Kumina in Jamaica, brought to Jamaica by free Africans over only a very short period of 20 years and nestled into the parish of St. Thomas. Here, the drum is the most powerful in initiating and communicating with the ancestral spirits, the body acting as the conduit of that conversation. We see massive similarities between Jamaican Kumina and the ring shout. Here we have reggae music in Jamaica, where because speakers and sound systems were expensive and therefore sparse, and being together was better than being alone, speakers became skyscrapers, and selectors would DJ to toast to locals to get up and stand up. Here we have dance hall in Jamaica. You may be seeing a theme. There's a lot of resistance in that tiny little island, where the same speakers ignited spontaneous dancing, block party style, where people would gather from far to dance and momentarily escape their realities, where women challenged gender norms and competed as ranked for the top dance hall queen. We can see connections here to hip hop and possibly where Lil' Kim got much of her inspiration. Here we have capoeira in Brazil, where enslaved Africans would disguise their movement as dance, but continue to strengthen their bodies in the event of rebellion or revolt. We have Santeria in Cuba, we have Vodun in Haiti, and we have Candomblé in Brazil, each religious community equipped with their own dance rituals, a manifestation of and a syncretism of West African Yoruba practice with Roman Catholicism. Practitioners of these faiths, largely misunderstood, have been highly resourceful in creating ways to be able to worship and speak to their commitment to orishas and deities through their dancing. Here we have crumping in Los Angeles, where dancers use movement as a non-violent alternative to express the very real, very lived violence of their communities. Here, teams, like tribes, are known for creating different styles and different movement. And lastly, we have voguing in the balls of Harlem, New York, where gender and sexuality were just as stylized as that duck walk, where marginalized folk gathered, competed with, supported, and transformed themselves. These are just some of the pioneers who have used dance to resist. There's many more. I know there's some that haven't even gotten there yet. So in using our bodies, I'd like for you to reflect on your own body for a moment. I'd like you to join me in a gesture. So sitting right where you are, you could do this right where you are. I'd like you to take your hands and I'd like you to rub them together really, really vigorously, creating some heat. Build that heat up, that friction. And on the count of 3, place them on your eyelids. 1, 2, 3. And just hold them there. Feel the warmth. Your warmth. I'm going to try that one more time. Place your hands together. Rub your hands together. Feel that warmth. On the count of 3, we're going to hold our hands up and we're going to stay still. 1, 2, 3. Hands up. Hold them there. Feel the tingling in your fingertips, the blood rushing. We're going to take 20 seconds to bring our hands together in front of our chest. 1, 2, 3. Slower. 4, 5. Stay with me. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Clasp your hands. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Squeeze your hands, get all the space out, press as hard as you can. You might find a little bit of a vibration. Notice the strength of your back, the width of your rib cage, and let go. Shake your hands. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Just take a deep breath. Thank your body for bringing you here today. Thank your body for taking you places. It shows up for you every morning, and you only get one. Take your hands and reach out to the beautiful bodies that are here joining us today. Every body is a good body. Thank you so much.